fucking door's
I
open.
can't close a goddamn fucking door.
I wish we had video of you getting around.
Dude,
Fucking the table.
I'm so scared of that mirror. That mirror is like 150 pounds.
Yeah. You know
That's a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It is
the
based on
paranoia.
the mirror weight.
yeah. It's a lot of people think it's surface area. It isn't.
No, it's weight.
It's mirror
It's
weight.
weight.
Yeah. It's mirror weight, yeah.
Dude, a year later, I'm just fucking just deep sea fishing. I'm just hauling fucking crabs out of Alaska. I'm addicted to crack.
Did you
getting
become a
sucked
crab
off by my
fisherman?
mate.
Did you hear that in Ari's like Jew special? They had they actually have a thing where like let's say you're making like a big like stew. If someone like came by and threw pork in it, like how much pork before it's like you can't eat it?
You can't eat. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Isn't it any pork? I mean,
No. There's like a percentage.
Oh,
It's,
really?
And it's done by like volume.
So
or
it's like
something.
figuring out like how much gay stuff you can do until you're officially gay. There's a threshold.
yeah.
Right,
Dude, I
right.
just jerked him off.
Yeah. What?
We
One
were at a
time?
carnival. He bought everything.
Yeah, I
Am I
mean,
not
how
gonna give him a
different?
hand
Yeah,
job?
how different is that than jerking yourself off?
Yeah.
If the
All
lights
you gotta
are
do is
out.
look away.
Yeah.
What's the gay shit you ever did?
Oh, that's a
What? It's fucking.
Dude.
I got a story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This isn't going to be that exciting, but the day after my wedding, I was feeling myself, may or may not have had some mushrooms going on.
Yeah.
And I decided I was going to kiss all of my boys on the lips.
Jesus.
So I went around kissing all of my groomsmen on the lips and loved it tremendously.
Yeah.
You did?
But it was almost more like Indian than gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're like dots or feathers.
Natural gay.
Because they like hold pinkies and, you know.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Russell Peters stand up once.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a spice to it. You know what I mean? Just like their food. They just put a little spice on the romance.
They hold pinkies.
Bromance.
I could see
Yeah.
you holding a pinky.
I would love to hold a pinky.
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I'm a big fan of? Speaking of World Cup.
See, that's nice.
Um,
And then you kind of walk down the avenue.
Yeah, it was whoever is overhanded is in the power position.
Yeah.
If you're underhand pinky, you're a bitch.
Did I go over?
I don't know. I think you got me.
I think
over.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Fuck.
the vote
off
is
to a
in.
good
The vote is
start.
in. You're both bitches. Also, fucking European soccer players, man. I love the way they love. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? The embrace these boys do to them to their fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
they go
they-
like forehead to forehead.
I love the forehead to
Yeah.
forehead thing.
Yeah.
Dude, if there was if we meet at a bar, we do like a little handshake and then we just hold forehead to forehead.
Yeah.
I bet you every dude would be like that Jerry
I feel
Maguire
like
scene.
NBA guys go forehead to forehead.
No.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. They're lacking passion.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
They do it like fucking Baker does. He just slams his forehead on a helmet like it's not real. Those dudes hold the embrace. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
They smile into each other's eyes, give a big,
Yeah, I mean, they're
It's
playing
an
for
emotional-
the country. They're playing for God and country.
yeah. Well, even if they were having fucking empanadas at a
Yeah, this is an amazing spinach and cheese.
Look into my eyes.
Fucking hold me.
yeah. Do you taste the turmeric in there? Do you taste the turmeric? Oh, I feel
Slice
this
up the little
turmeric.
olives.
It's
Yeah.
it's an American travesty
Yeah, we need to be a lot
that
gayer.
aggressive alpha males can't be loving and sensitive
Yeah,
and vulnerable.
yeah. I love my boys.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I was worried. I feel like I need to be more passionate about my boys.
You think so?
Yeah.
You wake up in the middle of the night
Yeah,
and you're
I
like, they don't know.
Can confirm.
They don't know.
I was talking to you about this in LA.
Yeah.
where I was just like, you know what? I need to call my friends. But I always thought about calling you and just being like, dude, what's going on?
You know, that would have been great because I saw on someone's Instagram story, I'm like, oh, they're at the fucking Chargers game. Would have gone.
Yeah.
That call would have gone a long
for
way.
some reason,
Yeah.
It was funny. I almost thought about going to that game at like 3 o'clock that day. I was like, no one likes the Chargers. I bet I can go on Game Time or whatever and get in the building
Yeah.
for $50. I could have, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to go all the way down there.
Yeah.
And I
Dude.
saw you guys were there and I was like, I would have done it for that.
And it's nuts. Like the
It is. You're right. Nobody gives a fuck about
no
the
one
Chargers.
gives a fuck
The
about
whole
the Chargers.
stadium was Dolphins.
Even the
fans.
Rams, like when the Niners play the Rams, it is a Niners home game
Yeah.
in just a nicer stadium.
Didn't that
apparently-
happen in the playoffs?
Oh
last
yeah.
year?
We call it Levi's South.
Yeah.
Like because we just cuck the Rams.
Yeah.
Like we beat the fuck out of them and we buy all the tickets and
Yeah.
just own the stadium.
It's like Philadelphia going to Washington for the Eagles and the Phillies. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just take it over. And
feels
if you
so good.
If you're in our stadiums in Philly, like it's so intense. If you see one opposing jersey, you're like, that guy's got fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
And the odd thing is in LA, like I'm a San Francisco Giants fan as well. If you go to a Dodgers game in Giants gear, it's kind of like, okay, something
Yeah.
could happen. A dude got beat to death in the parking lot.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
like the Compton cats, right? They're fucking the hardcore Raiders
Is that what you call
Mexicans. Dude, fucking street Mexicans that are Raiders fans are bad, dude.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah,
lump
dude.
you up, win or
Yeah.
lose,
Yeah.
draw,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting
Dude,
smashed.
you get the Latinos into a sport.
I like that.
They
love
they go Philly real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
They're-
passionate
it's
Latinos.
Yeah, I went to a Raiders game undercover one time. I just they weren't playing the Niners, so I just went and like wore all black and was like, I'm one of you. It was
Yeah.
kind of tight.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to beat someone the fuck up right now. I wanted to smash with the boys.
It does bleed into your energy.
It is, dude. Getting into a mob is fun.
It's great.
Yeah, being part of a mob. I like the mob. The mob mentality kind of rules.
I was hoping all the the boys in town here in Astoria were going to go wild when Morocco lost to France.
Dude, well, let me
I was
tell
ready
you.
to throw stones at them, dude.
I was,
I had a lady.
It doesn't matter.
You cheated.
I went out to
Acid
Sissy's.
baths everywhere, dude.
Because we have heavy Moroccan population here.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's
great.
heavy Moroccan. Like when they won to get into the semis, it was like traffic jam for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Nobody was going anywhere. They were just honking.
They
their
blow. They
horns
get.
like,
They go outside, get in a car. I don't even know if they might just break into another car just to blow a horn. Dude. They fucking love horns. My downstairs neighbor.
But
was,
everyone does. It's the same thing in Philly when they win.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this
She
was
texted me and she was like, "Did I miss a parade or something?" I was like, "No, Morocco just won, dude."
Yeah.
That's you don't understand how the depth
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Muslim culture here in the story. It's beautiful.
Dude, I was at Sissy McGinty's last night and they were still rocking.
Not a Muslim bar.
I know, it's an Irish pub. It's an Irish pub.
It's not Arabic.
That's what I know. It's Sissy McGinty's. Yeah.
Just jumping with Moroccans.
But they were there in force. Dude.
I bet.
And they were. I was literally. I walked in there and I was just like, "Fuck France, fuck France,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
France."
100%.
fuck
I was
France, fuck
alone
France,
on the
fuck
train
France.
having that vibe. I was like, dude, fuck France.
Yes.
Colonizers. I have 100% English blood. These French
100%, dude.
colonizing
Yeah.
pieces
Yeah,
of
but
shit.
it's the way they did it.
100%. The way the French do everything pisses me off, dude. Fuck them. They can lose everything forever. I was Team Morocco.
Dude, I was
They
ready.
almost made me be like, I was like, I got to look into this Palestine thing.
Yeah. First of all, 100%.
They have a point. Yeah.
Yeah, look into it. Do
I haven't
yourself a
looked
favor.
into it a lot.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, don't throw rocks at our allies.
Dude, I
You want
got
to get furious and confused? Look into that situation. You're having a pleasant day.
Just fuck your
And
shit
just
up.
want to be angry and not know how to feel. That's
Yeah.
really.
I almost put a fucking maroon bath towel around my shoulders just to support.
Yeah, dude, they were fired up. They were at FIFA. They said FIFA fucked them. I didn't get to watch the second half, so I can't corroborate.
I think they
but-
were likely going to lose that match.
No matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't all. I mean, I don't know. I watched it on the train from Boston to here, and honestly, there were a few calls I thought Morocco got away with.
Really?
If anything,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know shit.
They were still.
I was
in a
gonna
few-
say I'm a once in every 4 years soccer
yeah,
fan.
100%.
So
Yeah.
No, I get down with soccer, but I they just need to change everything about the game. they do.
dude, yeah,
That's like telling a girl, like, I really
put it on
like
ice,
you.
make the
Just-
goals smaller, give them pads, sticks maybe.
Now you got a soccer match.
Yeah, now we're playing soccer.
No, but they do. They gotta do. First of all, they need to do like a 10-second count. Like if the ball goes out of bounds, it's 10 seconds. You better throw that motherfucker in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just start throwing out red
Also,
cards.
they're getting fed another
cards.
fucking.
yeah, dude. Hit him with a red, dude. Delay
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red.
All that little ticky-tack bullshit that they do needs to get... They need
It
to
should be
crack
the
down on
size
it.
of a football field and half the amount of guys.
No, I like the space. I like this. I like everything about... They just need to get the rules down.
They did indoor soccer for a bit, and it was fucking electric.
I don't know if it was.
Did you ever see it? It's like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
saw it.
half
But
the
it's probably like
size.
how
highlights.
arena football is also cool, but we're not gonna. What am
No.
I? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
the B
I get
version
it.
of a sport.
I get it. If you're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
purist,
Yeah.
The
no one's watching
Philadelphia Soul.
XFL if they don't like football.
Right.
No
Yeah.
one's watching XFL to begin with.
Dude,
I gave it a
could've-
shot. When it came back, I was like, I'm just going to plant my flag. I'm going to be an XFL guy. I recorded all the games. I was like, I'm going to do an XFL podcast. I watched the first half of a game. I was like, I'm out.
You're watching like 5 carpenters.
Sports need
Try-
history. They need history. If I don't have context for who the Las Vegas Red Runners are, I'm not going to fucking give a shit.
100%. And dude, Philly's like a big sports town. The Philadelphia Soul won, I think, the championship maybe 3 or 4 years in a row, and I don't think I didn't hear a peep.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did not give a
Same
fuck
thing
about
with
that
soccer.
sport.
The Union's a decent squad. Philly
Union's
Union
decent
is a
squad.
good team.
I do have high hopes the MLS will come up and get big.
No, it never will.
No?
No.
No. I don't know. I think
This
I think it
next
could.
World Cup is in. Apparently, one of them's in Philly in that stadium. The stadium's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
The next World Cup is
America.
Canada, U.S., and Mexico.
Yeah, it's all North America.
I know, which was also, I was like, I kind of forgot Mexico was North America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awfully central.
Yeah, go to a Dodgers
It's
game. You'll be
awfully
confused.
central.
Did you know Greenland is North America?
No,
What?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's on the continent. It's on
Tectonic
the
plate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on the plate. And so it's because I was looking at North America because I was like, damn, fuck, Mexico. Like, we were having an ignorant lunch and we were
Yeah.
like, Mexico. And then I was like, Greenland?
What?
So it participates as Europe, but technically it is North America.
Well, it does have North American energy. You know?
What, Greenland?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
Dude,
about?
it's a-
scientific sheds.
I know,
and
but it's totally-
17 feet of snow.
I
No
know.
one gives a fuck about
But
Greenland.
the way that it fraudulently represents itself on the map is real. That's U.S. stuff.
It has a fucked up projection.
Yeah.
When you flatten out the globe, it gets hella big.
Dude, Greenland looked like it's the size of Africa.
Yeah.
It is
It
literally,
really
it's
does,
like Rhode
yeah.
Island, dude. It's fucking
Greenland's got
tiny.
those mall mirrors on. You're like, damn, I look good in this. Shut the fuck up,
it's like
dude.
a. It's like a.
Dude,
it's
if
like
I
a-
lived in Iceland, I'd be so pissed at Greenland on the map
Yeah.
because I swear Greenland's not that much bigger.
It's like seeing an ugly girl from school just angle her face in an IG picture. You're like, you don't look like that.
Yeah.
There's no way. I've seen you.
Good from far, far from good.
Not today, Greenland. Not today. What does Greenland do? What do they?
The only thing I
What do they
remember
fuck
is
with?
from D2, Mighty Ducks 2. Did you ever see that movie?
I definitely did, but I don't remember.
There
what
was
the
like some
reference.
hot Icelandic chick was like, she was like, it's a common misconception.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Greenland is full of ice and Iceland is very green. That's all I know about it.
Yes.
That is the end of my
Yeah.
knowledge.
Damn, I thought I learned that in school. I got it from D2.
Yeah.
D2.
Yeah.
She was a smoke show.
Yeah, it's like a Jew going, why are you driving a parkway and parking a driveway?
Well, I remember hearing that it was like a.
I don't know why it's a Jew. I think I heard.
Yeah. Oh,
I think I
you
heard
mean
Seinfeld.
comedian from a long time ago?
I think I just hear Seinfeld's voice saying that.
Yeah.
I was hearing Woody Allen saying
Yeah,
it.
well, same thing.
Real Borscht Belt stuff. I heard it was like a trick. I heard it was a trick that they like they got to Iceland and they were like, this place is dope. We don't want anyone to come here. Let's call it
Rape
Iceland.
Town.
Yeah.
Rape Town is so much smaller on the map.
You got space to run, avoid rape.
I'd rather go to consensual sex land.
Yeah, which is oddly enough is full of rape. And Rape Town is full of consensual,
Just
consensual
high-end
sex.
wealthy
Yeah.
men raping. Connecticut consensual town. Damn, Connecticut fucking sucks, dude.
I'll be there Friday, New Haven.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
place.
think I've been to Connecticut. I took the train through it, and I have to go back
Beautiful
tomorrow.
train ride.
Great
down
train
from Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And I
is a
got a
beautiful
hot
train.
tip from someone who came to my show in Boston. He was like, sit on the left side.
Yes.
And so I did, and I got all the coastline.
I
it was a
could have
pro
told
tip.
you. I could have told you
But
that.
as
yeah.
we talked about, we don't call each other.
You're not a good friend, Chris.
Did
You are the type of guy that I should hit up for random like transit tips. What side of the train should I sit on? What boat is best
Yeah.
from here to there?
Did you take regular Amtrak or Acela?
I took regular because the Acela was a little more expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, and also,
did you go cafe car?
I was near it, but I didn't know.
Sit in the cafe.
Is it good?
Car.
No.
It's fantastic.
This is an argument we have.
Never sit in the Acela's cafe car. The Acela is rude. How fucked up the cafe car is.
Why?
Dude, it doesn't have like
stools.
There's
Leave
stools.
stools.
Dude, when I see the stools in the Acela cafe car,
I can't tell you how many times I've heard this fucking.
all I think
It's unbelievable. The
drives
shit
me
that drives him nuts.
fucking crazy. Dude, when I see the stools in the cafe car, I think of like the spikes they put outside of like banks so that
So that birds don't sit there. You feel like a pigeon. That's why you're upset.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
Also, it's not for the birds.
No, I know.
It's for the homeless, too.
Yeah.
on the roof, though, they're for the birds. Well, you got a roof homeless. Homeless fucker can climb.
Those guys are athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, I
parkour-
see you're into your first year of crack. He's still scaling buildings. He'll slow down in about 6 months.
You're in the parkour phase.
Yeah.
Crack addiction.
Dude, also the fucking what he claims to be a great seat. The cafe car in a regular Amtrak, it's a cafeteria table where it's like a picnic
Yep.
bench under an awning in the middle of a shithole. There's zero comfort.
Do they have
you're sitting
outlets?
on a wooden bench.
You got outlets. You
Okay,
got
that's
outlets.
important.
You got booze and shit right there. You got a table, and then you can lay out on the bench.
No one lays out on the bench if you have any respect for the other people.
I don't have any respect for the other people.
I know this.
It's kill or be killed on those trains. They were like trains about to get crowded. If you can move your stuff off the other seat, I just took more things off and placed them there. And I was sitting next to me. Fuck you.
I want to make this so heavy that the conductor can't lift it.
Start putting on a fake cast, 2 casts, and a bunch of shit next to me.
Oh, dude, yeah. You never fake sleep deeper than on a train when you're trying to keep that. Dude.
Train travel's kind of nice though.
It's
it is the air
awesome.
travel of ground travel.
It is.
And it's probably better than a plane unless
I
you're
There's no
fucking-
security.
Yeah.
There's no.
Get there a little bit before.
Yeah, it's just
Chill.
like, please don't blow up any trains.
They don't bother you. That's the best part.
Yeah, they don't bother
And you also
you.
like you can just switch. Like our last flight to Irvine was hell. I was next to this autistic Asian guy. Truly,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fucking around.
I believe you.
He was like the dude in the what's the Love show, Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
So like any of them.
He literally rattled a pill bottle. Poor thing. At first, he rattled a pill bottle and was like, "I have."
Attempt at empathy.
yeah. Empathy turns
Hold
to
on.
anger so fast.
I'm gonna go through the phases. I'm gonna go through all the phases because at first I was like, "Aw," and he's like, "I'm gonna have to use the bathroom pretty frequently," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, no problem." And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Get the aisle seat.
Okay,
but
maybe
all right, yeah.
get it out. 15 minutes after that, can I? And I was like, dude, this is a 6-hour fucking flight.
Yeah.
You think I'm getting up every 10 minutes? And then I thought to myself, I'm just going to switch. I'll take the middle.
Yeah.
It's one of those flights where there's 3 in the middle, 2 on both sides.
Yep.
And then he was watching Bullet Train, that hack-ass movie. Just
I haven't
came
seen
out.
it,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, I haven't
heard it
either.
was kinda
I
good.
It
haven't
does
either.
not surprise
I'm
me. He
sure
was
it's
watching
good.
a film about
I'm
trains.
sure it's good. Yes. Not only that, he would watch it. He'd get to like 45 minutes and then he would rewind to like a certain part and he would just shift it. And I think his activity fucked up the screen. So it started malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Because he kept touching it.
Yeah.
So then the light thing would come up. Like when you touch it once, the menu would come up and he would go, and then he starts moaning. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch Godfather 2 out of respect.
Right.
And I'm like peering at his screen. I'm like, Jesus
You're
Christ,
both
dude,
being
stop
on
touching.
brand right now.
I'm like, stop touching the screen. It'll come back to you. Don't touch the screen.
Did you say
Sure
that to
enough,
him?
yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And
I was
he
like,
probably
just let it. Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah, he started biting my finger. So
This is like every interaction I've had with my dad watching a movie. I'll just be like, I'll just rewind it a little bit. He's like, don't rewind it. Something's gonna happen. You're like,
dude.
nothing's gonna happen. You
Watching
rewind
Sunday
it, and
football
for some
with
reason
him?
the screen fries. And he's like, I told you. I'm like, Dad, this is a freak incident. And I was like, no, you think you know everything.
yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, I could be your dad in this story. Yeah,
There's a lot to unpack here.
him trying to fucking control the NFL Network on a Sunday because he doesn't give a fuck. He cares about the Eagles, but he doesn't really. So like, I'm like, leave the channel on. I'd rather watch the commercials to not miss a goddamn beat.
Yeah,
and he's flipping through all the games.
You go red zone on commercial and try to come back.
It's a nightmare.
Last weekend, and I was money.
You were pretty
on
good
the
last
Switch.
weekend.
I was money.
I gotta
on the
be honest
Switch.
with you. I will.
That's the
I
first
will
weekend
say,
I've controlled this year.
That's not true.
Easily.
Shane will attest. You've been doing this for years. Let me tell you something.
Oh, you want to? Nobody's worse at changing and not giving a fuck about getting back than Shane.
True.
Shane
finish the fucking
played
autistic
Bannerlord
Asian
halfway
story.
through the third quarter.
So the guy, he's hitting so many goddamn buttons. The stewardess light comes
He's
on.
just breaking everything.
The stewardess light comes on.
Right? So then
We're
she
not going
comes
to be able to
over.
land the plane unless you stop rewinding Bullet Train 3. He's like, I don't have to.
You go back to 20 minutes, the plane shifts to the left. Sir, please stop. The pilot wants you to stop hitting the buttons. It's just a control cockpit. This guy breaks into somehow. So the light comes on. The lady comes up. She's like, what can I get you, sir? And he's like, what? He doesn't know he turns the light on.
Right.
And he's like, I won't. The screen keeps coming on. And she's like, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can't just lean over this dude's lap and be like, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mean this. So then it went through this whole thing. And he's like, I need a new seat because he wants to watch this movie 18 fucking times in this one scene. I don't know. He's a thing, you know? He's like, I just want to watch this movie. And she's like, it's a full flight. We'd love to change it. She's like, what's your email? I'll give you some credits or whatever.
That's not going to work on him at
no,
all.
No,
Yeah, no, that does
He's like,
not.
I want a new seat. He kept saying, I want a new seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, buddy, you want to watch my TV? He's like, no, I need a new seat. So now he chose, which I gotta respect.
Yeah.
He chose to walk around the plane,
He walked it off.
dude, for 4 fucking
Might
straight
as well
hours.
get some steps in.
For 4 straight hours. He'd bop around. So every time he'd come back to like my area, I think he wants to get back to his seat because he
Right.
peed so often.
Right.
And so now I can't relax at all.
No.
I'm
There's
watching
not a
imagery
chance.
and words, and I'm not hearing or seeing shit.
You're not thinking about it.
This guy's-
the new protagonist is this man.
Yeah, it's like having your older brother on your shoulder, thinking like he's gonna hit me at any moment.
Yeah.
I can't pay attention to anything.
No, you just get filled with thoughts. It's like, what's the rule I can concoct that prevents this person from ever getting on a plane again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is a rule that everyone would find acceptable?
Yeah.
Dude, like people
You'd
are
have to go back to 1945.
Yeah. Chris wants to start his own short bus airline.
Dude,
Which would actually be great for everyone.
I think about that every time there's like a log jam getting onto the plane because someone can't lift their bag up
Yeah.
into it's just like toss it off the plane.
Yeah.
It's not coming with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of putting it on a scale and weighing it and doing all that, it's just like, can you lift it over your head?
That's a great
Then
move.
it's not coming.
yeah.
It's
It's
not
like fitting
coming.
it's like fitting the bag in that permanent little box. Where
Could
like,
you
if your bag
imagine?
can't fit in here, you can't get it on. They should have. That's a great idea,
Dude.
They should have somebody try and place it into a fake.
Yeah.
Cupboard.
Lift it above it, like instead of like the lines about how big the thing can be, there should just be a line. So you got to lift it over that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So everyone just walks in and does a shoulder press.
Dude, it fills me with so much rage. Can you imagine the ego of leaving the house on a flight with an item you can't pick up? Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Dude, it's literally like rolling a fridge
It's
to
like
a fucking.
taking the fucking Peloton
Yeah.
to the airport.
Yeah.
But a lot of times
and then
it's
just
like
you figure it out.
Yeah,
You take care of this.
I'll wheel it through, but someone's gonna pick this the
I mean,
fuck
put
up.
it up there.
But in fairness to them, a lot of times it's like a large old lady. Large ladies,
Yeah.
big clothes.
Yeah.
It's a lot to
Yeah.
pack. So I see it as a moment where I can showcase what I've been working on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to
Yeah.
step in, I'll be a good guy real quick.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everyone will be like, what a good guy.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice.
How
It
many
is kind of
times-
nice to help. You feel like
Yeah.
a superhero.
Yeah.
How many times have you been a good guy though?
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It loses its-
Usually what I do a
it
lot
loses its-
what I do a lot is it's like 3 seats away and I see him struggling but getting close and then I like wait and then I like pull out, an ear of the podcast I'm listening to
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, okay, you're good."
Yeah. Just wait till the last second.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Lifting a bag for someone loses its luster pretty quick.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree. I enjoy it.
It depends on the person.
I know.
If it's an old lady, Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it for a feeble man.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
my age. No, that you fucking work on yourself right now.
Or even like an old couple. I just did it for the trip to Philly. Like like the old man is like, I got to get fucking Carol's bag with all her hair dryers. And like, I'll get it for you. He's like, thank you so much, son.
Yeah, because he's been
that
dealing
feels
with
good.
40 years of overpacking.
That's why his shoulders don't work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ripped. He's got fucking. He
Came from an era where you couldn't do yoga or made you gay.
Yeah. Picking her off the toilet, his fucking arms are balloon out.
He's basically John McCain.
Only John McCain was in a cage in Vietnam for fucking 30 years.
There's not too much difference as we're finding out.
True.
Bringing your wife to the airport.
True.
It's like being in a cage in Vietnam.
Just can't lift your arms.
You're just traveling with your luggage bag and your beef bag.
Dude, I mean, women traveling.
Women be traveling.
They're just when a young woman walks on with like 50 soft bags. It's just like, what do you?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what outfits she wants to wear, and she wants to have options.
I know, but it's just like, just be ugly for vacation.
That's the last time you want to be ugly.
I know,
You're
but
out here
just
trying
quit.
to get.
See,
trying
I
to
totally
get
disagree
fucked.
with this because I think like if I was traveling with my girl, I'd be like, let's pick it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Really?
You can be comfy clothes, but look good.
Nah,
You know, I want to get kind of hard on the plane in the airport.
Hard on the plane.
It's a very sexual place.
The airplane?
But what girl?
Airports especially, I get worked up.
Really?
Really?
What do you think that
100%.
is? Pat downs?
No, it's just like being in a foreign place where people are going somewhere and it's exciting and everyone's happy and trying to get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a club, no matter what it is. It's a club.
It kinda is.
Delta Lounge.
It's like being one of those fish that hunts like when the tides change. You know what I mean? It's gotta have that kind of. It's gotta have that
That's
kind
the
of.
least relatable analogy
it's
of all
just-
time.
I kinda
You're
like
not
it.
wrong. I'm learning about fish hunting is what's happening.
Yeah. When it's like the tide comes out, the pools get low. You know what I mean? They just know that in the transition, that's when it's time to strike.
People do like.
That's what the airport is like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's brackish water.
God damn, dude, it's so true. I'm a fucking barracuda waiting for a sunfish. Pop out of a hole. I'll help you with your bag, ma'am. God, it's a perfect analogy. I'll never not think of that, dude.
You don't get horny in airports?
I didn't think I did, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you do kind of walk in and it's like, all right, we're all going places. People are getting fucked up at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Nowhere more are people doing a beer and a shot at 9 a.m. There's just, it's funny because there's drastically different experiences. Like if you're on a flight and like you're going to Newark and next to you, it's like Honolulu.
Yeah.
It's just, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see everyone mixing.
Yeah.
People are going different directions.
And everyone's wearing a different like version of lingerie, right? In a way, it's like a different version of comfort clothes where their asses are out and their clothes are tight.
It's
They're
everyone's
they're
comfiest
braless.
flex.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's how your wife or your girlfriend would walk into the living room, but then you have a plethora of tits and asses.
It's true.
Bopping around.
All
Yeah.
sorts of, from all over the world.
It's the Sunday morning. Maybe we'll get brunch energy after you fuck Saturday night. Everyone's walking around in those clothes.
yeah.
God
You know what I
damn.
mean? So
Chris, you're fucking
we're hardwired.
crushing
We're
right now.
hardwired for this stuff.
I've been training my whole life to jerk off to this.
I gotta show up to the airport in my boyfriend's big shirt next time.
Yeah. Bra out the window. Panties optional. Show me those fat bags and some fucking velour sweats. God.
Yeah.
Seeing an ass dance while you're waiting to get checked into securities fires you up.
I know.
Some guys yelling about putting your laptop in a separate bin, but you're just locked into this fucking stranger's buns.
Imagine if you were in a bar where if you hit on a girl and it went bad, someone would ship them to Honolulu.
It's the greatest bar in the world.
It's a dream scenario.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate me? Cool. Fuck you. Go to the middle of the ocean, you dumb
We'll go to
bitch.
different parts of the continent. Yeah.
That's why all the romance movies end at the airport.
Yeah.
Because they know it's the sexiest place in the world.
100%, dude. And if you don't choose me right now, somebody else around me within 10 feet will.
Yeah.
I will get plugged before I jump on this airline to Newark.
Dude, you should just buy an airplane ticket for like later in the day that you're not going to use and just show up at 9 a.m. and just patrol. And just go fucking gate to gate.
Actually, I have a question
I bet
about
there
this.
are guys that buy Spirit airline tickets just like at $25 something to somewhere and just hunt.
I guarantee it's a fetish. That's a fetish.
Yeah.
Airline pussy is a fetish, dude.
Yeah.
There's got to be a group
There's
of
got to
dudes
be a
that
Reddit.
clean
There's got
up.
to be a Reddit.
Gate grazers.
Dude, you see him leaving like a trail of Biscoff cookies.
Y'all want a Stroop waffle?
All the way to the Delta Lounge bathroom. He's like, come here, baby. Come get some of this real estate dick. This one's on Spirit.
Dude, they probably know where all the hot people are going and coming from. Like, oh yeah, let's go post up at the Denver gate. You know, they're not-
Luggage fees.
Yeah.
Where we're going, we don't need them.
Denver, Atlanta, Dallas, all the layover spots.
Yeah,
Chill at the bar.
yeah.
Watch some fucking baddie get,
They're just going
a
through
little too
TSA. They
tipsy.
just throw one condom in the tray.
Yeah. No, I bet I bet like surfers, they watch the weather report. And they're like, there's going to be a lot of kids. There's going to be swell.
Baby, I gotta go to Denver.
Nothing's leaving Dallas today.
Where you going? It's Charlie's birthday. Baby, there's a storm in Denver. I gotta get there. He's just drinking apple teenies, waiting for some girl to hit on him. I'm trying to dip my cigar in the stranger.
Fuck.
That's definitely a sport. There's nothing like, knocking around somebody at a fucking hotel bar, man. We talked about this before, but
Did we?
no, Chris.
Oh, yeah, you looked me in the eye.
You don't remember earlier?
Yeah, you remember Vegas?
You don't smell walnuts? I just pass out.
Oh, fuck.
Where are you going
never
next?
Done it. What?
Where am I going next?
Yeah.
The airport.
No, you're going to
Straight to LaGuardia.
Tomorrow
Delta Land.
tomorrow afternoon train to New Haven, and then Atlantic City, and then Red Bank, and then I fly to LA for a day, and then I'm headlining San Jose Improv the 21st, depending on when this comes out.
January.
But it'll be fun. It's my of December.
Oh, damn.
It's like my hometown. I'm from South Bay area, and so it's like the hometown right before Christmas. Like, I will not sell better in any market in America.
That San Jose Sharks jacket you bought. Unfucking believable.
Yeah, so we were all together in Vegas at Skankfest drinking at a bar, and I mentioned that I was a Sharks fan.
One
and
thing leads to another. You start talking starter jackets.
Yeah.
first thing out of Tommy's mouth, he's like, "Great starter jacket team," and I was like, "Fuck, we are,
Dude.
And I went on like Etsy or some random shit and bought one immediately, an actual vintage from 1992.
It's the purest sign of knowing someone that grew up in the 90s if they talk exclusively starter jackets with teams.
Yeah.
And like, I'm diehard Philly everything, obviously, but like there's a couple. I love the Dolphins.
Yep.
I loved fucking San Jose.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers probably.
The Brewers
had
was
some
great.
good-
The Brewers
yeah.
hat was great.
Yeah.
I bought one of those.
Wait, you had a site for the hookup. You probably shouldn't say it.
The site?
Yeah, didn't you have a special site that you would go to?
I might have checked Grailed, which
Yes,
I think is
it was
tight,
Grailed,
but I think
yeah.
I ended up finding it on somewhere else because I matched that with like other Google shit.
But you only spent like $150, right? $100?
Yeah, it wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that person's happy.
We
They
were
gonna
worried about
throw
the
it away.
fit because American fatties now,
Yeah,
a
but
Banana
thankfully
Republic
the 90s
medium is
yeah.
like an XL back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we went large, and it fits. It's good.
That's great.
It's a
dude.
nice piece.
I know you sent me a pic. I
I did
dropped
some-
that tear like a Native American, looking back into the camera. I was
God
very
damn it,
proud.
he did it.
He did it. He fucking did it. I've seen Henry Hill go,
Yeah.
"You son of a bitch, Jay! He did it!"
There's nothing more exciting than getting a nice piece for your favorite team because you're
Yeah.
like, not only is this cool, it's me.
Yeah.
Now people know who I am and where I'm from.
And you got it. You got
So
it
true.
early. You got it early in the season.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, we like suck this year, but
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
cool.
Dude,
I
every
feel
time
the
I-
Sharks are gonna come to the show, which is crazy.
Oh,
Nice.
So that's like a childhood dream come
That's-
true.
Dude, fucking
Nuts.
Chargers
Yeah.
came in the green room with Shay.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Yeah, one
They
of
were-
Dude, big boys, I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah, they were all big
big
boys.
old boys.
Then there was
Same
one
thing with
guy.
the
there was
Irish
one
game.
guy who was like my size, and I was like,
Coach, kicker.
no. I was like, and then he was like, no, I'm not on the team, and I was like, fuck, that sucks. I thought
He's
You
like,
thought it was possible? You thought there was
Yeah,
hope?
yeah. And
You
then
might
he
still
goes-
get that NFL
he goes,
Navy
contract?
SEAL.
He goes, no, I'm a Navy SEAL. I was like,
Oh.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But there was
Got one
one
back.
non-assuming dude that was like, I knew for a fact that guy, there's no way. Once this guy said he's a SEAL, everybody else is obviously fucking a professional football player.
Right.
I was like, what do you do? No offense. And he was like, I'm on the Dolphins. Or Chargers, rather.
Yeah.
I'm on the Chargers. And I was like, holy shit, dude. What do you, I mean, I'm talking like tall, totally unassuming, lanky in a way, very low muscle definition. And he's like, special teams. I was like, special teams? Dude, that's like the crazy. And then he thought, I think he thought I was fucking with him. Because I was so complimentary. I was like, that's the craziest position in the game. Because you're fighting for your position and your job every single day. And you're
Yeah.
just 150 miles an hour down the field slamming heads.
Right.
It's crazy what
And
these
he
guys do.
recoiled. He's like, this guy's fucking with me.
No, he was dead serious, and obviously, Shane told me this. He landed on the final onside kick. It was like a skirmish and
way.
a fumble, and Shane was like,
Yeah.
that guy got the fucking ball.
That's sick.
And it's a dude
He's on the
that-
hands team.
He's
Yeah.
on the hands team.
Well, he's
But
actually dirty. He played for the Rams for a little bit. He was like a nasty linebacker.
Oh,
he was
that's
like
tight.
a really nasty.
he must have
linebacker.
lost like 50 fucking pounds. The guy wasn't big.
No, he's an animal. Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
I
I
just-
saw him in the parking lot afterward. He's
Really?
a scary boy.
I was
yeah.
probably just drunk as fuck.
Yeah, no, it's like
I'm like, what do you do, pussy? He's like, I'll fucking eat you.
dude. There's so many guys in the NFL that are like. There's like the fucking who's the D lineman for the Rams? That fucking beast, 99.
Oh, Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's guys like that, but then there's guys that are like the weird freak athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're not like absolutely cut, but they just if you saw them moving on the field, you'd be like, "What the fuck is
How?
happening?"
Yeah, how are
They're
you
like
doing this?
thick, but they're just strong as fuck. If you
Yeah.
saw them in the weight room, they just it almost bums me out that there are people that can spend their entire life working out, being so strong, and they're still not cut up.
Yeah, dude. It's
I'm
like,
like fuck.
it's like
Because I
dudes
was-
you see in the UFC.
Yeah.
Or like fucking Tyson Fury or something like
Yeah,
that. You're like,
yeah,
"How-
yeah.
what's happening?
happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like getting a chunky trainer. It's like, what am I doing? What am I paying for?
Yeah.
You look
Dude,
like
you want a
Like saying how
relatable
to-
trainer.
yeah. You look like you moan getting out of a couch. Like, shit.
I did a show in Appleton, Wisconsin, because I know a guy who plays for the Packers, and so some of the Packers came out, but it was just O-line that came out.
Damn.
It was the most insane. Like, we were taking photos after. It literally, I looked like Bugs Bunny, and they looked like the Monstars. Like, I looked like I was a different fucking species.
Dude, I went out and drank with the Notre Dame football team when my buddy was on it. Like, and we were in like we were in like a Notre Dame bar, and it's just me and my dad, who's like my size,
Right.
And just these guys, and they're getting fucked up, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude, if you fall, one of us is dead. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like when a
you
giant
stumble,
dies,
I
kills a village.
explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally being surrounded by food carts.
Dude, it's
Like they're all like you look at them in the eyes. You're like, you guys can have my ass at any moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
They're
going to prison.
Yeah.
so fucking big. When you come to the East, do you ever walk around and you go, I can't believe people live over here?
It's always my first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, like immediately I'm like, why do people do this?
Dude,
it's freezing cold. It sucks.
It's more just I can't believe, like when I go to San Francisco or go to LA, I'm just like, I just can't believe people are here.
It's just this far away.
Yeah, it was just like, you guys have been over here the whole time?
Have you ever gone to another country?
Everything's happening where I start.
Dude,
I
this
feel
is
the
like
same way.
This
I
is
feel
like a
the same way.
5-year-old losing a tennis ball in a neighbor's yard. Be like, you live here too.
No, it's true. I always get that feeling. If I go to like, I went to like Ireland even, and I was just like, you guys just
Stay here.
You just live here.
you grew up here.
It's crazy.
And you just live because
My thought.
there's like a whole thing happening where we're at.
You guys seen it over here?
yeah.
You been to Greenland?
Yeah, you know where everything is happening? That's where I am.
My thought is more like whenever I travel somewhere, I always get like kind of romantic about it. Like I'm like walking around New York and I'm like, oh, it's so cool here and like artsy and there's all these things. And then I also think when I think about like people really living here, I just go, oh yeah, and there's also a bunch of people who live here who are totally fucking over it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I find it very exciting, but there's someone in their house like, yep, another goddamn day in New York.
Yeah. I used to say that New York is like the best place on earth to go and see like a 70-year-old version of yourself like not making it. You know what I mean?
Dude in a coffee shop, like, I
just
think
an
this
older-
pilot's the one.
No, just not even that. Just a dude missing a bus with like a lunch bag, and you're just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's just a
But
plastic
imagine-
Safeway
listen.
bag with a sandwich in it. It's all wet.
But imagine doing that in Wisconsin. The guy's got to walk another 7 miles to get a meal or a hot coffee.
Dude, I can't imagine.
I just had this conversation with an Uber driver taking us to the airport on the way home
Yeah.
from Irvine, and I was like, turns out he was from New York. I was like, hey, how'd you get here? And he's at work or whatever. And his mother, he said, was like 98 years old, still living in Midtown. Decided not to leave. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, we tried to get her to Florida.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of get it, because going out west for me, I hate the consistency of temperature. I love the change of seasons. I love the change that it brings me, like, emotionally.
Yeah.
Not just physically. I get excited for fall. I get excited for spring. I get excited for winter to a certain extent, and then I get fucking,
Yeah.
blasted in the face and my nose chips. But
Right.
and once you get past that, you're like, it's coming. It's like a release of endorphins where you're like, you don't expect it. You don't
Yeah.
expect that. Every single time, you don't expect it. The same way that you would go, I always forget how cold it gets.
Yeah.
I always forget how happy I get when it's over. I like that, you know?
And it builds different people. Like, I think that's why people think that people on the East Coast are a lot more real. Like, people will actually, like, help you with things out here. Like, everyone in LA is, like, nice, but they don't want to help. They want to be like, I'm so sorry that's what
That you're
I'll
going
see
through
you.
that.
Yeah. And someone in New York be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then help.
Yeah, true. That's true.
I even had that complaint like growing up in Northern California, and I was like an hour south of San Francisco. San Francisco has weird seasons because it's like cold in the summer and all this random shit. But like closer to San Jose, it's like it gets hot. Like Silicon Valley gets hot in summer. It gets like 100. Winter, it's
Really?
usually rainy and it gets cold. You actually do experience fall and spring. So when I first went to college in San Diego, it was a smaller version of this, but I was like, what the fuck? There's no seasons down here.
Yeah.
Which you'd probably still feel the same about where I grew up. But I
100%.
felt like I could still understand fall because the leaves change and they're, it's just like there are actual seasons.
Yeah, but San Francisco feels like more of a East Coast city.
Completely. It's a
Yeah.
lot more like New York. Like doing comedy there, it's like there were tons of shows every night. You could do multiple spots a night. You could take public transit to those shows. If you go on LA and get on public transit, you're going to see someone die.
Every city that was actually up and running on a pretty good clip before the car. Good city.
The Gold Rush era
Yeah,
helped us out.
yeah. Everyone
Mark
was
Twain
over
out there
there.
fucking
You were
hoes.
shipping the Chinese up there. Yeah.
That's right. Build the rails, baby.
Yeah.
And the Wops and the Irish came in and ruined it.
What do you mean? We helped.
Yeah, we still ruined it.
How do we ruin it?
Shut up, Chris.
This is a complete sidebar to that, but speaking about the Chinese in San Francisco, if you're ever in San Francisco, my favorite night out, Chinatown.
Dude,
Chinatown
he was just there
SF
today.
fucking rips.
Dude, I went to Chinatown in
Different
Flushing today.
Chinatown, but yes. How was your Chinatown?
It was fucking unbelievable, dude. We went to this like mall And we went in there. We went like all the way to the top where there was this like a huge dining room. And for some reason they were having like some type of
Auction.
No, it was they were filming something for China Central TV. Yeah. And they were like
CCTV.
yeah, CCTV. They were literally filming for CCTV. And
I don't know why that's so
yeah. It's what we use to guard Walmarts. That's their main television station.
I know.
Yeah. It's like they literally like they were doing a fashion show. Like the first guy came out, he was like a man, like a guy with long hair and a beard, but he was wearing like women's like undergarments, but then had like a cool jacket and pants on. And then, but he was also holding
Sounds like some Rick Owens shit,
dude. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Then he was just holding a like architectural mock-up for like what looked like a museum.
Huh.
And he like walked out and like showed the museum. And then like walked back and he had like a letter on his back and he just stood facing the back wall. And then another lady came out in like a nice outfit holding like the like architectural mock-up of like a house.
What the
And
fuck?
then, yeah, it was the and it's
I can't think of a better environment for you. O'Connor's just
it's
going, oh
so
my
perfect.
god.
It's so perfect.
I was in
You guys start looking at apartments in Chinatown, dude. The train runs by there, you're gonna be hooked.
And we're in brackish waters again.
Also, he sent me this video, and there's like 50 chairs lined up, and there's like 2 people in all the seats.
There's
This
probably
dude's wearing lady lingerie holding a fake building, and everyone's like, oh. It's so crazy.
And it's so funny because when you see like isolated like Chinese restaurants, you know what I mean, like Chinese food restaurants, like the graphics are weird and it's
wild.
like wacky. And then
Well, they're probably massage parlors, to be honest.
no.
There's
but
like
I'm saying,
6 on Steinway.
But then you go into the heart of Chinatown, and this is authentic Chinatown, and all their graphics are wacky. Then you start going like, this is a choice. This is like a creative choice. Like even at this thing they were filming for China State TV, they were literally like, they had like a graphic that they made, but then the thing they were projecting it on was like a different format, so they just stretched it. So it's just stretched out, and then they had to have it on some other like column, so that was just squished, and it was just like, but you're putting a lot into this. This is like a creative choice that you're making.
They're
This
like,
is
we're marketing. We know what the people want. I walked by a Chinese restaurant. They had like tanks in the front, and there were like dead eels like lying on each other in the tank, and I was like, they think this is working.
Yeah.
I almost walked in, and then I was like, oh god, I don't want that.
But I think it is working.
Of course
It's
it is.
working for them.
Because for someone who's more used to that, they would go like, oh, look, I can see the dead eel is in water. And in another restaurant, it's just in the back. You know, there is probably like proof of like, look, it was, you know, it's kind of here.
Dude, I get
It
so
was once
anxious.
with us.
I get so anxious watching Gordon Ramsay walk into a Kitchen Nightmares episode, and they have a tank, because the tanks are never. It's like. It's
Gordon's
like
not gonna
getting
like that.
It's like getting a kid a German Shepherd when they say they want a dog. It's never going to work out.
Yeah.
No one's going to raise that dog. No one's going to fucking... That dog's going to be a nightmare, but it's not the dog's fault. It's because you're an idiot, and you're not going to put the time to raise that dog properly.
Right.
Train it within the first 6 months. The tanks at these restaurants, every single time, there's like 3 dead lobsters just crushed in the corner. He goes right for the tank because it's like the purest sign of you're a fucking moron.
Neglect.
You shouldn't have any of this, let alone this tank. This tank requires a lot of attention and necessary attention at that. And I'll just pull out a dead lobster. He's feeding off this. He's feeding off this. He goes fucking bananas. And the guy's like, well, we usually clean. He's like, you don't clean it. You're not cleaning it. And then he swipes the top of the tank. There's like an inch of dust. He's like, the wife starts crying. It's a fucking nightmare. The fat son's in the back. He's like, I never wanted to be a chef to begin with. Every fucking episode. Dude, you show a tank, I'll show you a fucking bomb.
This is my number one complaint about Kitchen Nightmares. I do love Gordon Ramsay, but it's like one time, just one time, I want him to walk into a restaurant and go, yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
He does.
Should be working.
Wait, what?
Oh, like
Like,
he's
oh,
like,
no,
oh,
he's-
it should
done
be.
that.
He's really like, he's like,
done that.
fuck, like this is actually, the food's good. Everything looks good. The kitchen's updated.
No,
he calls in a specialist. He brings in a Chinese guy to make all the graphics zanier.
Bring in fan. No, he
I don't
does.
think we need a fan.
He does. He does do that, but there's always one. He says it protectively, going, "Wow, the decor is actually nice. It's updated." He sees a kitchen and goes, "You guys got all top of the line stuff."
Yeah.
The problem is 99% of the time is the ego of the
I know,
owners
it's always-
that
but like-
drive it into a muck because they think they know everything, and they just they double down, going, "This is my opinion. I think my menu's great," or some egomaniacal chef.
That's
it's
what
either chef or the owner bringing the whole business down because they refuse to change.
I know, but I want to get hit with a real world problem, which is like the owner's receptive. He does good shit.
They have that.
The restaurant.
I'm gonna stick up for
the
this.
The restaurant's on point, and like he just goes in there and he's like, "Dude, I'm willing to take any suggestion because like I feel like everything's good and I don't know what to do." And Gordon's like, "Well, you should change this," and they change that and it doesn't work. And then they both just have to stand there with their hands on their hips and go like, "Fuck, dude."
Murder
How do
suicide?
we-
Should we murder suicide?
That's what I wanted. That should be the last episode.
Dude, out of all the episodes,
I've ran out of nightmares.
there's
What do I do?
I have one more. It blows his brains out. Dude, his brain falls into the lobster tank.
Yeah.
All the other
He
lobsters
lives.
die.
Gordon Ramsay's like, "You didn't shoot through the temple. Attention to detail."
Dude, there's a website that you can look up to see which of the restaurants make it, and there's only like I'm going to say 5 out of 100, dude. It's very low. The odds of him coming in because it needs, like you said, a receptive owner or chef to change. A lot of times there's a connective tissue between whether it's nepotism or they just feel bad for the chef. They don't want to fire him. But there's, in some cases, just like you asked for, there are people going, "You're right, I was wrong. We're going to redesign the menu and simplify things. We're not going to have a 10-page menu."
Well, it's compelling TV, but like a lot of the times having one expert come in and tell you what you're doing wrong is not going to fix anything.
No.
You
Yeah,
can't be failing as a
no.
comic and have dinner with Jerry Seinfeld and then be like, "Finally, I get it. All the information's out there. All the information is out there. If you aren't the fucking engine, you're not the engine."
Dude, and
100%.
90% of the time he fixes the menu. Okay, great. But then he buys them like a whole new restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I
I
forgot
said
to buy $1 million worth of fucking
Yeah.
ovens and top whatever."
He doesn't do it for
fridges and
everyone,
shit.
but I'm
And you're
sure in the
"All right, dude,
contract-
that, what a fix. What a genius."
I'm sure in the contract they have something there as like, a little asterisk saying, like, if this place isn't open in a year, all these appliances are coming back to us. Because he's buying like a
must get them
$20,000
back. Yeah.
stove.
Yeah.
He's spending over $200,000 to like redesign all of this shit.
Yeah.
Let alone
Yeah.
the consultancy fees and all that stuff. For the most part, it is a reality television show to bleed drama. It's like Don Taffer, whatever the fuck, the Bar Rescue. He knows he's not going to save a fucking VFW in Wisconsin.
Right.
You guys are serving shitty old chicken fingers.
They're just making a show.
Yeah, it's a show.
They're making a show.
It's a show.
That's simply it.
It's a
you
show.
know? Have you ever watched like Gordon Ramsay's just like cooking tips? Because I know Kitchen Nightmares are, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
but I've
yeah.
watched, like when I was like learning how to like cook a steak properly, there's like a video of him like, "Here's how you properly cook a steak." And
Yeah.
he's like a completely stripped down, like soothing,
He's a
like
sweetheart.
loving, like
Yeah,
amazing
dude, he's the
guy.
best.
Yeah.
He's
And a
great.
lot of those-
And he's got great tips.
A lot of those shows.
I learned how to cook a steak from that man.
Oh, dude, great frosted tips too.
Yeah.
He's the only man I can trust with frosted tips.
He does all these steps, it's like butter it, season it more than you think, and then he's like, and step 5, enjoy it with a friend or loved one, because meals are only meaningful if you're with those you love. I was like, oh
yeah. And then someone opens the door. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
He pulls out his gun. Do not make me do
Dude,
this again.
There was one episode, so it is a TV show, but it's real life for a lot of people.
Right.
This guy, I'll send you the link for the recaps. So they recap all the episodes. If you just search, every time I watch it, I'll go fucking Donato's in South Jersey or whatever. It'll come up Kitchen Nightmares, Donato's, closed. It's like right on the top. It lets you know right off the bat because there's a lot of people like me wondering. That's why we're searching it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you read the article and they give you a brief 1-page synopsis of, how he got there and all that shit. This one dude who was a chef tried to turn it around. Fucking New York guy jumped off the George Washington and killed himself because he got caught cheating. He had a wife and kids. The recap, as I'm reading, I'm going, oh my fucking God. I watched this episode like 3-4 times. I like the guy. He's a nice guy. He started fucking the pastry chef. Wife found out. Obviously, they have to close the fucking restaurant. Guy had a coke problem. Runs to G-Dubs. Night.
Holy
My
fuck.
God.
Killed himself. So it's not just a show, Joe. There's
Filling
life
those
on the
pastries
line.
with cream, dog.
She did get filled. She
good
got
for
a donut filled.
Yeah, what's her best dish? A cream pie.
Little seawater.
I feel like cheating on your diet.
If it goes kerplunk, you're sunk.
Yeah, I've never seen the show, honestly.
Really, it's
Kitchen
great,
Nightmares?
dude.
But I feel like I'm going to find that episode and
It's
watch
the
it promptly.
Yeah. Just go
That's,
kitchen.
that's sad, though. But I feel like, if you're cheating and you have a coke problem, pretty impulsive. It
Well, a
seems
lot
like.
of chefs they're all drug addicts. I mean, at a
100%.
low level, not the high level.
Did
Not
you
the
ever
Gordon
read
Ramsays.
the book that like broke Bourdain?
Yeah.
What was it?
Kitchen
Confidential?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It was so good, and I didn't know any of that, and I read it, and I was like, "Oh shit, cooks are savages."
Yeah.
They
It's the
always
only-
get fucked up all the time. They have cool tattoos.
Literally, the
Yeah,
only
sweet.
painting I ever bought was drawing of Bourdain.
Oh really?
But yeah,
He was the
from
best.
Studio
Dude. He was the man.
Ergasol.
Yeah, but he had to go.
Jesus.
He did. I said it every time. He fucked up.
with that
He
crazy
didn't
Italian
fuck up.
chick.
His bitch fucked up.
Yeah, she fucked
He was
him up,
supporting
but
her.
he fucked up. He
Yeah,
switched. He got rid of his whole team that supported him, and
Yeah.
she put the bitch in charge, and then the bitch turned on him, and then he was
Well,
left with
he
nothing.
put his trust in her.
Well, it's an interesting.
As you should.
It's an interesting study though,
Just
and like,
love her.
Yeah, you don't make her
don't
the
put it on
director
But he
him.
picked the
your
wrong-
show.
You can't blame him.
but he picked the wrong lover. Because he had a great woman who was behind him, who supported him, and then he got, as anyone can, into this
Tired of it.
romantic, this kind of torrid, like almost brings you back to like a middle school relationship where it's like
Yeah.
you're hurt all the time. He's like posting weird song lyrics. He's pretending he's all more artistic than he is.
Yeah.
Guys, I will not have you dog shit.
No, I love him.
And
He
talk
kept telling
shit
that
on-
story
He
about
killed
her.
him.
Yeah,
He
killed.
And then he killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Dude, I'll tell
He
you.
was dead before he killed himself.
Do you remember me telling you that Eric Repair story? His best friend, Eric Repair.
I just
Oh
remember.
yeah.
He's like a fucking. He's like a.
Their episodes together were so good.
Yeah, he's a
so fucking
French
funny.
culinary genius.
Yeah.
So like opposite sides of the spectrum in
Yeah,
terms
but
of
they
personality.
loved each other.
So there's a open mic Chris and I came up on called the Raven Lounge in Philadelphia, and I'm outside smoking with Cotton, McKeever, rest in peace, Kyle. But
Yeah.
and a couple dudes, and Eric Repair walks by, and I was like year one in comedy, and this dude walks by, and I was like, oh my fucking God. Nobody knows who he is.
Right.
He's just nonchalantly walking down the street. I was like, dude, I think that was just Eric Repair. And they're like, what? And I was like, Eric Repair just walked by. And they're like, shut up, pussy. We're in the middle of a dickhead conversation.
You
ruined
What, this
it.
guy own a car parts shop?
You want me to get 20%? I'll run down the fucking street. And I did. I ran down the street. And I was like, Eric. I didn't know what to say. I was like, Eric. And he turns around. He's like, yes. And I was like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I was just walking down the street. And I was like, okay, it's great to meet you and everything. And he was like, okay, bye. Just walked off.
Yeah.
Just a drunk comic running after dude like, Repair. What are you doing
It's
here?
so funny that's like you could have so easily just been like, hey, I'm
I'm
a
a
huge
fan,
fan. Great
dude.
to see you. Can I get
Yeah.
a picture or whatever?
Joe.
But you start questioning him.
I-
What are you doing here?
And
It's
it was
the
on
first
that
time.
day
I'm
that
a
Tommy
chef.
came up with "Look at Dish."
I literally,
That guy.
it was the first time I was starstruck. I never had been starstruck before.
Yeah.
No matter who I've ever met, that guy was like.
There's an
"Whoa."
aura around chefs, especially ones that are like known as a genius.
He's
where
a
it's
Michelin
like
star.
a fucking we're not worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I used to think Michelin star just because it was like
The bubble
about
guy?
Culinary. Well, it is. It's related to that
It's a
company,
tire.
but I didn't know
It's a
that.
tire
I used
company.
to say that place has a Michelin star. Because I couldn't believe it was the tire company.
Isn't it nuts?
I thought it was some outfit called Michelin where
Yeah.
people, you know,
Yeah, it's
would
literally
have
the
orgies and
Marshmallow
smoke
Man.
cigarettes and be
It's
like,
a Marshmallow Man
I
handing you a
like this
tire.
soup.
Yeah, I mean that was definitely like the tire magnate's son's idea.
100%.
It's just like,
what if
when
we
we start-
spice it up? What do people like? Food.
Hey, Dad, enough of brake pads. Let's get in the French onion, huh?
Why don't I just eat at a bunch of cool places and tell them whether they suck or not?
He's like, well, look, it's a bad idea, but he's finally not doing coke. So
Yeah.
we're going to let this
Little
one ride.
did he know.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
doing coke.
He's going into the belly of the beast.
We should go do coke with a
He's
chef
going
tonight.
into coke heaven. Yeah.
It is weird that held up. Like the Michelin, the idea,
it's like
of
the thing.
actual brand Michelin tires is the award for
Yeah.
the highest level cuisine.
Yeah.
It's
How the fuck?
It's because they were just putting together like, I think what they wanted to do was like a guide for, hey, when you're traveling somewhere, here are the places we recommend. And the idea is safe travels are done on our tires.
Yeah.
And it turned into like no one else was fucking doing this.
Yeah.
So now it's just the culinary
Damn,
thing.
Spirit
God
Airlines
damn.
dropped the ball.
Yeah. Did you get a Spirit Award this year? Dude, Zagat's went for him. Or Zagat's.
Zagat's, yeah.
Yeah, I think
These
it's
goddamn Zagat's.
Don't be
damn.
such a zagat.
Zagat's went for their neck.
You're hanging for the page here. I gotta piss.
All right.
Huh?
Cool.
Yeah.
You
What
guys
are we-
can
what
hang
are
for
we
a
at?
couple.
You got 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3 minutes.
I don't know how you started early, right?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yuck it up.
Holy fuck. That was one of those episodes where I was like, I almost thought we would be at like 2 hours.
I was like, this could go. I could let this one fly,
I was
dude.
like, holy shit.
Well, are we still recording right now? Or-
Yeah.
Okay,
Why do you have
cool.
to piss?
No, I just wasn't sure.
We go
Because you
from-
started analyzing the episode.
No, every episode goes from when Tommy pisses to when Tommy pisses.
Oh, that's great. That's a nice
literally
metric.
Like it's his, yeah. Sometimes he makes it an hour. Sometimes he makes it 58 minutes. That's
Yeah.
we never know.
He would be hell on Rogan.
Dude, yeah, well, he's hell on an airplane. Believe me, he's bitching about that guy.
Yeah.
He didn't. He
You're
left
like,
out
that guy is like, it's a spectrum and he's not as far from you as you think.
Yeah, he left out the part of the story. He was like, "Can I get a water? Can I get a water over here?" Dude, he said he kept getting up and going to the fucking stewardess to be like, "I need water."
I think I've
The fuck is
developed
wrong?
a psychological issue.
You guys want a beer?
Yes, please. I've developed a psychological pee issue, I think, because I've always been a window seat guy.
Yeah.
But now I get in the window seat, and then knowing that I have to bother two people to pee makes me think about how much I need to pee the entire flight. And so I always do one pee per flight, but like whether I'm in a window seat or like I went to a concert the other night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like went pee like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like if I know I can't pee, all I'm thinking about is how much I might need to pee.
Yeah.
And I think that I think it's a thing.
Dude, I killed a shit on a flight once, and it was like my proudest moment.
You killed it?
Yeah,
It was coming up and you
It was
held the fucking
I
line?
had straight bubble guts, and I like made it go away. I killed it, and I literally felt like that monk on fire.